Um, are, are we live yet?
I think we are.
Are you?
Really?
Okay.
I think we're. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
I think I'm as ready as I'm going to get.
Let's just do this thing.
All right. It's the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my very close friend, Mr. Ricky Poe.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Whoa. Hey, the kids are back. The kids are back.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
You guys that are just tuning in for the first time on the live stream, the updated version, you probably didn't know about the kids.
New and improved.
We're adding something just a little bit every day.
We don't want to overwhelm you with pure bliss. We just want to do a little bit at a time.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Just a smidge. We don't want to give away out first. He won't come back. We just give a little, and we give a little, and we give a little. That's how we pull you in. That's how we pull you in.
Yep.
Come. The water's nice.
Leave them wanting more.
That's right.
They're going to want a lot more after this.
Yeah, I know it.
Actually, they just won't want any more of this.
I think you might get blocked. I hope not.
Probably.
I hope not. Yeah. Let's not talk about blocking. There's a lot of that going on social media today.
So we've got a new day. We're on Wednesdays now.
That's right. We are now Wednesday podcast at 7.
Yeah, we have moved. We are no longer doing the podcast on Thursdays.
That's right. Our whole after all these 2 episodes, we decided to move from Thursday to Wednesday.
All 2 episodes.
Something new.
Well, we used to do Tuesdays.
Yeah, I know. But man, the old process, man, it was so hard.
But it wasn't live either.
No,
it was like we go live. We would do it live.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And then nobody saw it. Well, ever. But
don't say they saw it later on because they didn't.
We wouldn't get it put up. It wouldn't get put up maybe till the next week.
Yeah, I know. If people would see the SAS archive videos, they'll be going, "Oh man."
Yeah,
that was bad.
It was
real bad.
It was different.
Anything new going on in the life of Mr. Ricky Pope?
Nothing substantial, my friend. Still just blowing and going.
Yeah.
Trying to start a business out of my house. But I've been working on that for just 4 or 5 months. So, but nothing new there either.
I tell you, there's
anything new with Mr. Schilling?
No, not really. It's been funny because with all that's going on with the Last Jedi coming out. Did you see the Wonder Woman trailer yet?
I did see the Wonder Woman trailer.
That looks pretty good, actually.
I'm excited about it.
I am too. That looks really good. Yeah. Isn't it funny? It's like the DC movie that everyone thought was going to be the least prominent is actually probably the capital ship of the entire fleet.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that something?
Successful. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
successful.
Yeah, I mean, I hope she got more money on this deal.
I hope so too.
Because I heard she almost got nothing to be able to play the part the first time around.
Oh my goodness.
So,
well, hey,
yeah, go ahead.
Watching us out there live, shoot us your comments. Did you see the trailer? Let us know what you thought.
That's right. Because right now I don't see anybody out there, and oh, wait a minute. Ooh, come on. Okay. Anyway, here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're back.
I'm going to annoy people. Yeah. But I've been doing some research on some stuff going on with The Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and some of the stuff may be old news for some people, but I've been doing a lot. I was talking with some friends at work, one guy named Jason Hamilton, and we talked a little bit about the whole John Boyega. And John Boyega, and of course, he plays Finn.
Oh, yeah.
The trilogy.
Yep.
And what was interesting, me and Jason was talking, and he was bringing up some interesting facts that made me, I went online to take a look at it. And what's interesting is that, Mark Hamill, a while back, he was kind of, he had his concerns, or he voiced his opinion about the trilogy. But John Boyega is no different. Boyega?
Boyega, I
I think
think.
it's Boyega. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Boyega.
Hey, if you're out there and you're watching right now, let us know. Are you excited about the new movie? Give us a comment.
What's interesting about it, John Boyega, he was concerned that, well, for one, he had the same mindset as Mark Hamill. And it said in an article, and I think it's from Cineblend, kind of got some stuff between Cineblend and another one called boundingtocomics.com. And from the information I gathered is that they both were on the same picture. I mean, the same page when it came to the whole thing with how Luke Skywalker, how he was portrayed.
Oh,
and, yeah. So, of course, Mark Hamill kind of backtracked a little bit, but Boyega had been really active on Twitter. And what's funny, he was on Twitter. He was kind of concerned that the fans thought he was, he was a joke. But in the reality, fans were actually upset with the actual director and the story writers because they didn't give Finn more movie time because they felt like he was actually a deeper character than the rest.
Oh,
and, and I do too. I can
see that. I mean, when you've got a character who changes sides,
yeah,
you're kind of a bad guy,
yeah,
but you realize, hey, something's wrong here, and you switch sides. Now, I will say, I almost think they had him switch too fast.
Yeah.
I wish it could have taken a little bit longer for him to switch over, but I agree. I think there's some depth there that could be used. You could definitely delve into that story more.
Yeah, I had here's a couple of Twitter messages they were corresponding with him, and they say one user said, "I can't tugs at that thug life." He said they really did Finn dirty. He has the most interesting backstory of all the new characters, and they decided to push him aside instead. Here was another one.
They really want Poe to be the guy.
Yeah, see, but Poe is so. The problem with Poe, because the series, they made it so campy that they can't really make Poe the reincarnation of Han Solo.
Yes, that's exactly.
That's the problem.
They want Poe to be the Han Solo character.
The problem is, and this is one thing that I think both Hamill and Boyega were talking about, is how they kept the three of them separate. They both had all these separate stories.
Mm-hmm.
And he said you didn't really get to see them as be able to have that chemistry together.
Yeah.
And he said his concern is with he had so much potential in the last one, but because they all have their own stories, that he's afraid that on this last one, of course, is already made, but this was what he was saying before the film. He said basically they're going to rush this relationship that hadn't organically grown from the first.
Right.
And that makes sense.
I gotta agree with that. I mean, Star Wars from the beginning, it was, although, in 77, the first movie it's supposed to be Luke's story.
Yeah.
But it was written as an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And it was acted as an ensemble cast.
Exactly.
And the newer trilogy just doesn't feel ensemble. It like you said, it feels like everybody's got their own story. They don't feel like an ensemble cast.
They're trying. It sounds like, and I had not, and listen, I haven't seen the last of the trilogy. I haven't been out. I hadn't seen it yet. So, and I've been kind of blocking all the critics and the reviews and all that, but I'm staying away from that. But it sounds like they're, it's kind of like trying to put a bow on the very end and it's not completely wrapped. That was deep, actually. That was deep.
See how it turns out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Forward to it. I
am.
I'll still, be giddy as a kid when I go see it.
I'm, when you see the beginning and you see, far, far away, and you see the whole. Yeah, that's me too. I'm gonna see it and I'll be giddy. Afterwards, then I'm going to, have my opinion about it. But yeah, I mean, it is interesting, and
it comes out next Thursday, right?
No, it's actually already out, isn't it?
I think it's next Thursday. No, I think it's the 19th.
Really?
I think so. Yep, release date Thursday night, December 19th.
They maybe had a review, then maybe they just.
I bet they. If you were looking at reviews or trying to avoid reviews,
yeah,
probably the critic showings.
Okay,
because those always happen early.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they ruin everything.
Oh, by the way, it was interesting. Did you hear about how John Boyega, he was moving apartments and his script was taken by a cleaner?
Oh,
yeah, it was back in November, and they had it up on eBay, and the guy had it on eBay for $85, and nobody really
$85.
Yeah, but then there was a staffer from the movie. He came across it, and he said, "Oh my!" And he ended up bidding on it and won it. But that's a true story.
Probably no one believed it was real.
Yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah,
that could have gone for thousands. Some boy out there would have bought that for thousands.
I know it.
They had believed it was real.
Oh yeah, I mean, John Boyega, he felt really bad about it, and he said he even got a rough phone call from Mickey Mouse. I mean, on the Twitter. Yeah, I said, well, Mickey's all about the money anymore.
Hey, we got some people watching. Hey guys, let us know what you think of the show out there in Facebook world. And if you are excited about Rise of Skywalker, let us know in the comments. So what else we got today?
Well, I think if you allow me, I think we might go do some stupid news.
Let's do it.
That's right. It's Stupid News with me, Mike Schilling, and my good friend Ricky Pope. And if I've got, I don't know, if Jason Hamilton is out there, I don't know if he's out there listening or not, if he's out there watching, but I apologize for this type of humor because he's not a big fan of it. But this is actually, hey, I have to report the news, and this is what it is. And can you go ahead and give me that graphic? There we go. Yes, right.
What does that even mean?
Well, I'm going to explain it to you.
Okay.
The title is Man Whose Deadliest Farts Can Kill Mosquitoes, Hired to Create Mosquito Repellent Made from His Own Intestinal Gas.
Wait. Oh my gosh.
I can't help it.
So
I can't help it.
His farts kill mosquitoes.
Yeah, the man, basically a man whose farts kills mosquitoes, claimed to have been signed up by an insect repellent company probing the secret of his killer gas. And I'm going to slaughter this name, but Joe Adawama, 48, from Kampala, Uganda, says that boffins launched a study into the chemical properties of his unique trouser toxin.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it says in here. Apparently, Joe is known around the city as the man to be befriended if you're sick of mosquitoes. So Joe is quick to assure people his farts are only noxious to insects. The odd job man says no one in his home village has ever contracted malaria because he is power knockout insect over a 6-mile radius. If true,
That goes a long
now,
way.
if true, okay,
Oh my
if true,
gosh.
that would make his fallout zone larger than the atomic bomb which destroyed Hiroshima in 1945.
Oh my gosh.
So you don't need to get Joe Mosquito down the street.
No, you just
You
need
just
the
get
word
Joe from
value.
Uganda over here. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But
That is
I'm not done. Local barber James Yower said, huh?
more.
Local barber James Yower said he's known all over the city as the man who can kill mosquitoes with his fart.
Oh
When
my
when Joe's around, we all know that mosquitoes will vanish.
Oh my gosh.
He is respectful of people around him, and he will only fart when there are mosquitoes around, which bring malaria. His farts gets rid of diseases. That's what it says right here. He said the chief of the village said, I heard about Joe's gift, and I took him in to help mop out the mosquitoes infesting around our surrounding village. He respectfully drops these bloomers and it helps eradicate the insects. He does this thing and they drop like flies. Joe said, I eat ordinary food just like everyone else, but no insects can lay foot on me, not even a fly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. He said, I smell like a normal man. I bathe daily. My farts are just like anyone else's. They're only dangerous to small insects and especially mosquitoes. Thank you, Joe, out there. We appreciate all the work he's doing.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is bizarre.
That is bizarre.
Oh
And that is stupid news.
What else do we have for the show today?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was just so much.
Oh my gosh, that was hysterical.
Oh man. And tech news.
Oh, tech news. Yeah.
Tech news.
What do you got on tech news today?
Apparently, and this is kind of maybe blown out of proportion, but today the new MacBook, not the MacBook, but the new Mac Pro is available.
Oh, the cheese grater.
The cheese grater.
The cheese grater is available today. Yes.
And you can max that out to $53,000. And that's without a monitor. On the screen is what you get. You get
hysterical.
You get a grater. You get a power cord. That's right. You get a USB-C cable, Magic Mouse, and a Magic Keyboard, all for $53,247.98. But again, to be fair, and I'm going to let you take over because you have some information.
To be fair, there. Now let's put this into perspective. That is the maxed out. Now, don't get me wrong. It starts at $6,000.
Yeah, it does.
The cheapest one you can get is $6,000 with no monitor. I think I read you can hook up 6 of the brand new monitors they just came out with.
Yeah.
That would add like 20,000 more to the price tag.
I like the comment in the article that talks about it will cost you more than the Cybertruck.
Oh, more than the site. Yes.
That's what it says in the article.
Oh my gosh. So to be fair, that is 1.5 terabytes of RAM.
Yeah, exactly.
2 of the best video cards you can get on the market right now.
AMD Radeon Pro Vega 2 Duo graphics.
I mean, it's a little ridiculous. It's like 4 terabytes of SSD. I actually read an article that said, their comment was, is it expensive? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it overpriced? Probably not.
It depends on what you're using it for.
Yeah, well, they were saying that just getting the memory and the SSDs and the what is it, a 28 core
Yeah,
Xeon W
exactly.
processor.
Yeah, I have the specs right here. Yeah, it's a 28 core,
Just
2.5
setting up
gigahertz.
that,
Yeah.
even if you were doing a PC, you're going to save a few thousand, not tens of thousands.
Well, they have like an afterburner accelerator card, and that's for 2,000. And I'm not for sure what's all involved in that.
Yeah, I'm not real. I haven't looked through the tech specs to know what the afterburner really does.
Yeah.
My guess is it's some kind of graphics accelerator of some sort. But
even starting at 6,000.
6,000 does seem a little steep for my guess is if you looked at percentages, I bet there's a higher margin in the low end, that entry level. I bet you could spec out that entry level, instead of 6,000, I bet you could spec it out for 4,000.
I'm sure. I mean,
but if you go all the way, if you max out, the 53,000, I bet you're only going to save $2 or $3 grand, maybe 4.
No,
even on PC.
I'm a PC guy, but you have to put it realistic. What are you going to use it for? And this is not a consumer, not even someone who does audio video. I don't even think.
Not somebody who does basic video out of it.
I mean, you're doing studio.
This is a studio quality setup. This is somebody who's running a full-time business, rendering all the time. That's a substantial. That's a bit ridiculous, personally, but $53,000 computer.
I would think about picking up for word processing personally, and some solitaire.
Should do some web browsing on that machine.
Yeah, I think. I would get it for.
What's better your damn mind?
Wait a minute now. What was that all about? Come on, that's just rude.
Now I know.
Rude.
No, I know it's not. We're not calling it tech news, but I think you've got some other hardware you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning over to gaming news. We got a little gaming going on here, and I've been trying to do some research on, the new consoles supposed to be coming out in 2020. We talked a little bit about, I think, a Project Scarlet, which is something that Xbox is doing.
Okay.
But PlayStation right now, they're talking about a holiday release of 2020. And they mentioned that yesterday. Right now, it's kind of vague because the big thing right now, I want to know, who have a PlayStation 4, is it backward compatible? Now they're saying it is, but they're not
talking about this PS5 that they're
the PS5. And this is a prototype, and
so this is not a real. This is not a.
Yeah, this is basically a
design, probably.
Yeah, it's a dev kit, basically a developer's kit.
I gotcha.
I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it looks kind of cool. What does it remind me of? It reminds me like a humidifier. What is that?
I'm not sure what it looks like.
I don't know.
I don't understand why there's a big carve out in the middle.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ventilation.
It looks a little like my router without antennas.
There you go. That's exactly what it looks like.
Lights on the front of it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And
it looks a little bit like my Panini press that I have. That's awesome. No, but I got a PlayStation 4, and my big question is backward compatibility. Now Sony says yes, but how are they going to do this? Are they going to do this like what Microsoft did in this current generation? You could, if you had your CD-ROM games, your discs, you can put them in, you can play. So is it going to be through a subscription service like they have like PlayStation Now, which that's the only way you can play PS3 games, and which I could care less for, but there's a lot of PS4 games that I own in my library digitally, and I want to be able to play it if I go. if I go to PS5. But they're talking about how PS4 and PS5 players, and this is totally, I mean, like I said, this is early, could actually play online together in the same games and the matches against each other,
Okay,
which is different.
that could be
Um,
interesting.
Yeah, I have not read anywhere if it talks about including a disc, but I think the way they took their stand in the current generation, because that was the big thing with Microsoft, they decided to that we're going to try to go all with no drives and all digital base, which totally, I mean that.
Now, when you say no drives, not even like an SD card drive?
No, I'm sorry, like a CD-ROM drive, DVD
No, okay.
drive,
So no optical drives.
no optical drive, yeah.
You
And
know,
so, yeah.
Mac, the Macs all went away from optical drives, and we all made fun of them for it.
Yeah, I know.
And now, now everybody's going, yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
Well, I mean, my PC, it doesn't have an optical drive. My son, we just built his PC Friday night. He doesn't have one. There's really no need. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
You see people, who use Steam or Epic or GOG or whatever. Even if you buy a CD from a PC manufacturer, it is a code. All it is a key. And anyway, it's getting that way with the PS4 games like Destiny. The CD just allows you to unlock it. It downloads everything.
Yeah, I built my machine a little over, about almost a little over a year and a half ago, I guess. Yeah. I built my machine, and it has an optical drive, but it's crap.
Yeah.
It doesn't, it makes a horrendous noise. I never use it.
Well, it's funny. And like I said, when the Xbox One came out, everybody was dogging it because it was, they weren't going to put an optical drive in. It was all going to be, you couldn't, which means you couldn't let friends borrow it, and you couldn't sell it and trade it in and all that. But in reality, if you look at the market numbers, probably it shows that most of the sales are digital, and that was Sony's big thing. They did a thing at E3 where right after Xbox, they showed the VP of Sony and the guy in charge of the gaming division. They did a little skit where how they deal with their games. One guy handed him a game case and gave it to the other one to prove the point that, guess what, you can give your games to your friends.
Now I think you talked about backward compatibility is a big question mark.
Yeah.
And if you guys are watching out there, if you're excited about the new gaming consoles, let us know what you think. You talking about backward compatibility? I bet this is just a little bit of an assumption, and it's a little bit of just knowing how software works.
Yeah.
I bet having everything digital will make it easier to be backward compatible.
Well, I think a lot of thing is, if you think about it, I think both Microsoft and Sony are looking at emulations. I mean, they have emulation now, but I think they're trying to do it where they can all do it on the cloud. I mean, that's what PS Now is, PlayStation Now is. It's all cloud-based.
Well, and I mean, back in the day, like, we had cartridges.
Yeah.
We're old school, Yeah. We had cartridges. Every time you came out with a new console, your cartridge changed.
Yeah, I mean, they're obsolete.
And then we got optical.
Yeah.
Then it was like, okay, we can be somewhat backward compatible because at least it still has an optical drive. But we really designed the games for this particular processor. I mean, today they're basically just they're PCs without with dedication,
Well, the current console, I mean, it's funny because back in the PS3, it was backward compatible to the PS2. And now that you have the Xbox One, the current generation, it's backward compatible with the Xbox 360. And PlayStation 4, you can only play PS3 games on PlayStation Now, which is on cloud. So it's kind of interesting how they did that. But if you look at it, I think that I was reading some kind of Business Insider where it really is not profitable. I mean, well, the idea of backward compatibility is awesome, and I think it resonates with people, but 80% of them probably not going to buy the old games on a new system.
So what you're saying is backward compatibility is important for old people like you and me,
Yeah,
who continue to buy things for the future.
yeah,
But the 12-year-old that just got his PS4 doesn't care about backward compatibility
no,
because he wasn't old enough to have a PS3.
yeah. Well, and also too, if you think, yeah, and if you think about it, yeah, exactly. But even it's funny because I thought I was going to play some bunch of old games,
Yeah.
but when the new generation of games come out, it's kind of just I like the idea of backward compatibility because my library didn't go away, and most of my library is digital now. So I hope that doesn't become obsolete. That's the problem with these digital libraries, like from Steam. What happens if they go away by some
What happens
chance?
if Steam shuts down?
But you know what? It doesn't matter because the optical CDs or the discs, all they are anymore is just a key to allow you to play your games. You know, that's basically downloaded from the cloud. Downloaded on your machine digitally. So
and honestly, that can totally be done with USB fobs.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you can key a USB fob.
Yeah,
and so that this game will not play. You downloaded the game, but you can't play that game without that USB fob. Coming out of the audio video industry, there were software products we used that you had to have the USB fob.
Yeah,
like everybody had the lighting software installed on
Yeah,
the machines in the office.
that was the license.
But we only had one license.
Yeah,
And if you needed to do a lighting setup for some organization, you went and got the key fob or the USB fob, you plugged it in, and now you could use the lighting software to set everything up. Totally doable. No optical drives. Plug in a USB. The USB, you could sell the USB to your friend, and now he can play it, but you can't. You could share it, hey, you can borrow it for a little while, but don't lose it. And
yeah, exactly.
You lose it.
Well, that's the problem. Actually, and what I see happening, and you can see it now, is that Microsoft, Sony, I don't know, maybe Nintendo eventually, I don't know, but and of course with the new Chrome, what's the name of that new one? But it's all cloud based.
Yes,
I don't know.
Chrome video game, the new Google. It's a Google video game.
It's something. It's a Chrome based. It's all web based. It's all cloud based. But eventually, Strata.
Okay. Yeah. Stadia, like Stadium, but they just didn't finish. They didn't have they didn't have the initiative to finish the word.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't have enough. They didn't have enough bandwidth.
No.
But honestly,
I thought about buying into that, but I decided I would probably never play.
The thing is, the way they want to go is subscription based. If you look at right now, Microsoft, they have Xbox combination with a PC subscription where, for I forget how much a month, was $9 a month or something, $9. Of course, that's on top of your Xbox Live account, which that's if you have an Xbox console. And if you have a PC, it's just the it's just the X.
It's kind of ridiculous at some
point.
I
know. Isn't that something? So
everything is going cloud based. Everything is going subscription based.
Yeah.
Software is subscription based. Everybody made fun of Adobe.
Oh, I know. They were the first.
And I mean,
everybody followed.
Coming out of the industry, I used to be a beta tester for software.
Yeah.
We had those discussions 15 years ago. We were having that discussion of someday software is just going to be subscription based.
You don't own
and it's going to
anything.
be better.
You don't own anything.
Well, okay, you don't own it really. It's subscription based,
Yeah.
but because it's subscription based, the software developers are constantly getting new funds to
Yeah.
be able to constantly make it better.
Yeah.
Honestly, in the long run, it's a better deal.
Yeah.
Because I mean, back in the day, like the Adobe thing, if you wanted to buy the whole package, it was $3,600.
Yeah. No.
At one time.
Yeah. For the one.
For the one time.
Yeah.
And well, I can spend $600 a year on the subscription now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And my friends made fun of me, and I said, well, let's look at it. You spent $3,600. I'm spending $600 a year. In the next 6 years, do you think you will upgrade?
Oh, definitely. Well,
But
I mean,
I'm going to upgrade it every time it's available.
exactly.
And you're going to wait 6 years and go, I got to.
And the industry
right now.
in the professional industry is going to upgrade with it.
Yes.
So if you just buy this package for like $3,600 or whatever, unless you're going to stay. I mean, you're going to be left behind.
Can
that
you
was the whole concept. Yeah.
Can you imagine a gaming system, a gaming platform, even just a single game?
Yeah.
That was purely subscription based.
Mm-hmm.
And they could just keep upgrading it and just keep adding to it based on the new platform.
Well, now I guess I was thinking of like World of Warcraft and MMOs like that.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
There's always something new. They're always putting out new things, new events, new features. And it's because it's all subscription based.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way a lot of them want to go, is subscription based. I mean, PC, there's a ton. Well, I mean, look at all the free to play. The biggest games out there, like League of Legends. Like when my son got his PC Friday night, he downloaded, when he downloaded, he didn't go to Steam and buy, $20 this, $30 that. He downloaded what his friends were playing, and they're all free to play. League of Legends, Apex, and some of these Fortnite, and you're thinking, well, they're free. Versus, yeah, I mean,
Dylan Buser just mentioned World of Warcraft.
Exactly.
Hey, Dylan, good to see you,
Dylan. Yeah, exactly. So you've got these free to play, but the deal is that they're esports. I mean, you see these free to play out there in esports, and you're going, but it's free. They're making money. They're making money. How? I guess they're doing it with all the microtransactions. And if you're so invested in the game, and if you don't buy anything else, you don't buy another game, then I guess why not?
Well, it's microtransactions, and it's Dylan says hi.
Hey.
It's microtransactions, and it's merchandising.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we're talking about World of Warcraft. You look at World of Warcraft and skins, pets.
Yeah, no, he's right. That's a big deal.
And
Dylan's right. That's a big deal.
Absolutely. And it's also things like T-shirts with the logo on it, because I want to represent. Hats with Superman hat, Mr.
Oh,
Superman.
yeah, BlizzCon, man. All these people. Yeah.
Actually, Dylan's a buddy of mine. Dylan went to BlizzCon this year.
Oh, awesome.
I'm super jealous.
Yeah, Fortnite has tons of clothing. Yeah, I'm jealous. I would love to go one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would love to go.
A lot of these kids that work at my place, a lot of the interns and stuff and the work studies, they're really big on League of Legends. That's a big thing too. And
yeah, we just went to BlizzCon this year.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Dances.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's exactly like in Destiny. If you play Destiny, they have all these different, you can, all these emotes, they call them.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, I mean, it's all it is that you make them point. You can do the chicken dance. You can, I mean, there's just these different.
Dude, it's so many things you can charge for.
Yeah, I know.
Subscription is definitely the way of the future.
Yeah, you're not going to get around it.
You can get mad about it, or you can be happy and play the games.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think what might happen if you're looking at a subscription base on, it gets down to the actual games,
yeah,
then you're going to have to narrow down. Someone's going to have to decide, okay, am I going to play, you know, Lord of the Rings online? That's a bad example. Elder Scroll online. Are you going to
play Lord of the Rings online?
I don't even know. Sorry.
I know it's a thing.
Yeah, man, I get on board. Exactly. Yeah. So, so you either do it, and you know, it's anyway.
I just think that's just the way it's going to be. Well, hey, man. I think. Do we have anything else?
I'm good. We covered a lot of stuff, didn't we?
Cover a lot of stuff. Well, we should probably wrap up.
We should, man. I think people are getting tired. And man, thank you, Greg, and thank you, Dylan.
Yep. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yeah.
And, if you don't already follow us on Facebook, it's at SSA. At SAS Nerd. Something about something. And follow us on Facebook, and check out the website at somethingaboutsomething.com. We have classic episodes.
That's what we call it, classic. So remember, they're classic, like silent movies. Remember that.
Classic. They're a little older, a little moldy.
Yeah.
A little weird.
Or we're moldy. One of the two. But remember, Wednesday nights, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Yes, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
Unless something explodes.
And it could.
It totally could. All right, let's do this. This was the Something About Something podcast with your host, Mr. Mike Schilling.
And my good friend, Ricky Pope. We want to say thank you for showing up. We hope we see you next time. Have a great week. Are we done?
I think we're done.
You done?